my nephew.
But I didn't hear anything about this. What do you know about opera? How are you able to narrate such a great score tonight?
Michael, don't worry about it. I can tell you, oh,
are you all right?
oh, scusi. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's just a few strokes that I have during my life. I think I might have had one coming down in the limousine from New Jersey. So, but I'm fine. So, what do I know?
I'm very nervous about what you know about opera. I think your nephew should be here. I'm not so sure that you can handle this.
My nephew, you know Michael. I know you like Vittorio.
I love him.
He's my nephew. He's a highly educated man.
He's a wonderful man.
But there's something I have to tell you just between the two of us about him.
Yes.
He's not too smart. You know why?
Oh, why?
Because he's stupido. I tell him, don't go with those people. They're no good, those people. But if you need something, I say, Vittorio, you come to the family. That's what we're here for. But he don't listen. He don't listen. So now, you know what? He has the 2 broken kneecaps.
Oh.
And he's there, and that's why I'm here.
But I'm very nervous about you.
So, I love
I don't know what you know about
the opera. Michael, the opera has been part of my life from when I was a bambino. Opera, I know it outside in. Let me give you an example. This Neda tonight, she are no good, I'll tell you that.
She's a lovely woman, and she has a bad husband. She's fine.
A bad husband. You know, she reminded me once, when was it? Yes. Una bella ragazza. Io ricordo. I can't remember her name, but she says to me, Carmino, I love you. Carmino, I love you. The next morning, I see her playing the bocce ball with the boy from the next village. And they're not using a bocce ball. But you really don't think I know much about opera?
I don't think you know much about opera.
So let me tell you. Next to the Familia, and next to my casinos, the opera is the most important thing to me. Why? Because in the opera, you have the love, you have the jalousia, you have the stabbing in the back, everything from your own life. But with the bella musica, mamma mia, I have a stroke. No, I'm good.
Yes, you're good.
So, Vittorio, he gave me his notes. I don't need these notes. Pagliacci, I know this opera. Many years. I saw it the first time in Sicily when I was very young.
Well, you know, actually it premiered almost today, 123 years ago. I should think that perhaps you were there.
Michael, I think now you make the joke, yes? Yes. But you know, Michael, I think now it's a time, you go sit down with a nice ambassador. You leave the things to
But
me.
I'm very nervous, I should tell you.
Well, if you think you're nervous, how do you think I feel?
Try to do a good job.
Please, have a Sandino, relax, everything in my hands. Ladies and gentlemen, so tonight's opera, it has everything in it that we just talked about. So, the composer, he made the opera to take place at the Feast of the Assumption. Now, this reminds me of Cavalleria Rusticana, when an Italian opera takes place with a religious festival, you know something very bad is going to happen. And it has nothing to do with religion. So, let's talk about our soprano. So this lady, Neda, she be an actress, but she's also married to a clown. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, a woman who's married to a clown, she's asking for trouble, yes? So, you know, it reminds me a little bit of my own granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, Sophie. She giving her parents so much trouble about going to college. I said, Sophie, why are you giving your parents this trouble? Why don't you go to college? We picked the best girls' college in Connecticut, in a Catholic school. What else do you want? She said, Don Papi, she calls me Don Papi. She says, Don Papi, I wanted to go to California. I said, California? You're living in New Jersey, what else do you want? So she says, I want to be a fortune teller. I said, fortune teller. You want a fortune? I'm not going to give you your fortune right now. You're going to go back to college, you're going to get married, and you're going to make your parents and your grandparents very proud. And that's it, end of story. But you're not interested in my family. You came here to hear about Neda. So Neda, she's married to a clown, and his name is Canio. Not only is he a clown, he's a jealous clown. He think this Neda, she running around behind his back. And you know what? She is. So, she no good. I'll tell you that right now. So who else do we have? Oh yes, we have Tonio. He's another clown. And then we have, we have a little Beppe. He's an actor. Now, Beppe, he's one of the only nicer people in this opera, as you will see. So these are four. These are the Compagnia of the Commedia, and they go around from village to village to make the Commedia. So, how does our opera start? They arrive in the village, we think it's Calabria, but who knows? And Canio said, tonight we're having the performance. And everybody, they're all happy, laughing, because this Compagnia has been to this village before. They know Canio. He's a clown popolaro in this town. And so what happens first? Do they make the rehearsal? No. Canio and Beppe, they go off to the bar. And Canio, he's thinking, I bet you that Neda, she can do the unpacking for us. So, the villagers, they be religious, and they go to church for Il Vesperi. Remember, the Feast of the Assumption. So Neda, she left alone in the parco, and she's singing, she's happy to be by herself, she's singing to the birds, and then Tonio, he come up to her, and he think, I'm gonna make the hoochie goochie with Neda, while Canio is in the bar. And she said, no way. She's thinking to herself, I'm already married to one clown, what do I need with another one? I tell you, she's not a dumb, she's not a good, but she's not a dumb either. So, he go away, and this Tonio, he real mad now. Now this is important, importante for this opera. So then what happens? Yes. So then finally we see Di Silvio, he comes. And Silvio and Neda, they make the duetto. La la la, they're very happy together, and we find out that this is not the first time they sing in the park. Because she has been in this town before with her husband. And Silvio has been waiting for her. And so they are what you call in English a package, an item, pardon. And so, then he say to her, I don't want to wait for you to come back the next time. Why don't you run away with me tonight? And she's thinking, Canio, you know, she's a little scared of Canio, so she's not so sure. But finally she says, okay, Silvio, I go with you, but only after tonight the performance, so you wait for me. So, Silvio, he's going away, and then for some reason, Neda, she say after him, I will wait for you forever. Stupida. Because Canio, he comes out of the bar and he hears her. She didn't know that. He hears her. So now Canio, he real mad. And he come up and he's going to beat her if she don't tell him who her lover is. But Neda, she very tough. She don't say nothing. So finally Betta, he's thinking, if Canio hurts Neda, who's going to do the performance? How do I get paid? So Betta tells Canio, let her go. Antonio says, don't worry. Her lover will be here tonight. You mark my words, you will find out who this is. So, we come up to the end of Act 1, and what do we find? Canio, sad, alone, and he's thinking, I have to dress up as a clown, I have to make people laugh, but all I want to do is cry. It's sad. It's tragical. So now, ladies and gentlemen, Act 1, Pagliacci, please welcome Maestro Gregory Buchalter, the Opera Camerata Orchestra, the principal singers, and chorus.